Why success is overrated and what to strive for instead. If I go on to ask you, tell me any five names of highly successful people, what would you say? Most of you would have the same names in mind as mine: Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Brad Pitt, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey. But now let me add five other names of highly successful people to this list: Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Genghis Khan, Mao Zedong, and Idi Amin. If you define success as reaching the goals you wanted to reach or accomplishing an aim, which is how success is actually defined, the last five names must have superseded this measure of success, but tens, if not hundreds of times compared to the first five. Hitler caused an economic damage surpassing the collective wealth of the first five names by just launching the World War. Stalin's ideas of gulags covered more land than Elon's Tesla solar panels ever will, and there are more people who are descendants of Genghis Khan than there are people who have heard about Brad Pitt. Mao Zedong killed more people than Michelle Obama can ever save through the Obama Foundation, and Idi Amin impacted more lives than Oprah Winfrey can ever reach out to. Now, these comparisons are not made to demean the first five successful people in this list, but to point out how success is not inherently good. And when we try to look at success this way, through this lens, the common definition of success fails. But first, you may ask, what is this common definition of success? Well, we all tend to follow a standard definition of success in the modern world. The American dream or the luxury lifestyle or whatever we call it. All common people, irrespective of culture, believe in the same elements to success: fancy cars, big mansion, private jet, a gorgeous partner, and the list goes on. Success in the modern society is the attainment of luxury because there seems to be some correlation, according to us, between the riches we behold and the happiness we crave. Somehow we fell into this trap that success guarantees happiness and is the end point of all the struggle. We like to believe success is a destination that once reached would fulfill all our desires and we would be some special case, a superior exception who has what no one else does: material luxury. Now, this is not to say the attainment of material luxury doesn't bring its own happiness. It definitely does in the form of joy, but joy only. So, what do I mean when I say this? Well, let me explain. But before we move on, if I go on to ask you, who are you, what would you say? If you are like any other sane person, you would say your name. I am this. But think about it. Are you really your name? If I say I'm Jim Gorgon, well, Jim and Gorgon are just two words made up of nine letters in total. If I say I'm this physical structure I see in the mirror every morning, but I'm not my body, it is just a well organized flesh arranged on a skeleton. I do not refer to it as am hand, am eyes, am brain, or am body called sick this morning. I say it is my body, my hand, my brain. If I say I'm a male, that's just another way of identifying my biological features. If I say I'm my age is just a number. And the same thing applies to you as well. You are not your name, you are not your body, you are not your age, you are not your gender. If someone makes a clone of you and gives it your name, would it be you? No, right? That would be a duplicate of you, but not you. So we may even go further asking, what are you? And if you are not what you supposed you were, are you even anything? Get the answer to these mind boggling questions by buying our ebook Psychology of You for just $1 through the link in the caption. So now, let's get started. can rent a golden yacht for a sex party. They can collect loads of wine into their shelves and build the biggest houses anyone has seen. They can wish whatever they want to do, where they want to do, and how they want to do it. So, shouldn't their lives be so fun and full of happiness? Yes, you will not be wrong asking that. Happiness, I can say, is often a byproduct of the material luxury attained after success. But this is not the Zen Buddhist happiness you think you find by meditating in a cold shower, which success serves you. Rather, it is something what I call as pleasurable happiness. Happiness found in pleasures. And it is the very reason why success can turn out to be meaningless and why successful people face a midlife crisis. And the how to this why is something called hedonic adaptation. So rather than using psychological jargons, in order to make you hedonic adaptation understand in the most hilarious way possible, I'm going to take the analogy of none other than our so-called CEO of Twitter, Mr. Beast. Now, if you have seen his crazy ass videos, you find him doing everything from baiting people to playing a game and asking them to spend $1 million in a minute. It is not an unusual sight that we see him destroying buses with tanks or burning firecrackers in some houses. He experiments with the most dangerous and the most fascinating things we could ever imagine. He translates what we did with our toys as 2 year olds into a reality. But more than that, he leads what I call the beast effect. No matter how hilarious and breathtaking his videos may be, we always wait for another one to pop out. We never go on saying, oh, he crushed a truck with his tank, and I'm done seeing his videos for life because I'm now satisfied. We never become satisfied with his content and him. We go through a peak of excitement and a roller coaster of emotions when we see his videos, but those moments of sheer joy fade away as soon as the video ends. Then we go for another one, get excited. Then again, the line falls flat. Now, even if we repeat this for 1,000 times, we will not be satisfied. Why? Because we are just not meant to be. Or rather, we are not meant to be satisfied with meaningless things. Deep down, we know that material luxury holds for nothing. And that is why the pleasurable happiness we receive from this luxury doesn't last long and we always crave more. Because we pretend it means a lot to us while getting used to it. In other words, hedonic adaptation is chasing a rainbow of happiness while hallucinating we have touched it. Now, this is not it for the meaninglessness of success. Let us switch back again to the 10 names we listed for the highly successful people and focus precisely on the last five. Now, these last five people were damn successful in their aims. They did the hard work to get there, they struggled to get there, and embodied insurmountable amounts of power. However, if we try to pull off the veil of their success in search of meaning, we find nothing but a hollow place. Now, obviously, their success meant something for them. Hitler pursued the meaning of killing Jews and conquering the world. Stalin chased the idea of collectivization, believing it would be a communist utopia. Genghis Khan plundered cities so that he could make loyalty out of them. Mao Zedong, like Stalin, pursued the collective utopia only to end up with a hungry country, and Idi Amin killed thousands because of his extreme nationalism and intolerance. But when we look at the successful people from the eye of an observer, they didn't add any meaning on a large scale. Rather, they destroyed it, mostly for the sake of their psychopathic ego. So when we look at these examples of such brutally successful people, not only success can be meaningless, it can become anti meaning. Now, you may say, yes, success can be meaningless or even anti meaning, but what about the path to success? What about the journey? Doesn't the true meaning lie in the journey itself? And I mean, you wouldn't have been wrong in the medieval era if you have asked this question then. However, today there is just no one journey to success, but many journeys to success, and many of them are leading to nothing but a pitfall. But before I clarify what I mean, I would like to slam a flashback of human history on the screen of your mind. So imagine yourself as a peasant growing wheat in 1500 Delhi, and in order to be successful, you need to do a ton of hard work. You need to put in the effort, choose the right seeds, choose the right bull for plowing, choose the right time to plow, and then harvest, and then sell, and then give tax, and then finally enjoy some income which you need to again invest to grow farther and die as a successful peasant. And this was the story of most people in the medieval era. Success and failures only existed within a few domains like agriculture, inland trading, weaving, etc. But the path to success was meaningful back then, if not the success itself. These peasants, artisans, traders, weavers, they provided goods, foods, and services not only for their family but for others too. Now, when we cut the scene to the 21st century, we still do a lot of farming, and even though we have the modern innovations and facilities, it still requires a lot of hard work. And the path to success in farming or in agriculture is still meaningful. So, you may ask, what is the point of cutting scenes here? Why this comparison? Now, even though farming has maintained its meaningfulness despite the lower level of difficulty, we have seen success expanding to new domains in the market, out of which a sizable portion are meaningless. In the modern world, you can be successful as a farmer, but you can also be damn successful by selling adult film music. You can be successful by becoming a doctor, but you can also be successful by cracking the code on how to make people click ads. You can earn money by writing and selling a book, but also make a shitload of money by morphing and selling provocative images anonymously. With the rise of consumerism and the free market, the means towards success has gone from being benevolent to exploitative. Now, this is obviously not to say that all the meaningful parts have faded away from the modern society. We can clearly see that they have increased. But taking a look at the world where we are seeing a steady rise of a useless class, we can surely say who is in the majority. Now, not only do we have people who are using exploitative means towards success, we have people who are compelled to delve into meaningless professions simply because they do not know what to do. And by that, I mean the job market. In a 2013 survey of 12,000 professionals by the Harvard Business Review, half said that they felt their job had no meaning and significance, and an equal number were unable to relate to their company's mission. While another poll among 2,300,000 employees in 142 countries showed that only 13% of workers actually like their jobs. Or, in the words of Tyler Durden in Fight Club, we work jobs we hate to buy furniture we don't need. However, all these opinions and facts point towards just one thing: modern success and modern ways to success do not necessarily cultivate a character. And that is why both can be meaningless. And if you do not know the answer to our old question, that if success is not the answer to fulfillment, then what is? Let me clarify it for you. The answer is a strong character. Now, what do I mean by a strong character? You may say Hitler, whom I have proven to pursue an anti meaning success, had a strong character because he worked his ass off to become the dictator of Germany, and moreover, it required a ton of courage for him to make bold decisions as he did, even if they were wrong. And I will agree with you on that, but this is not what a strong character means. What Hitler had was a strong ego. A strong character is a good character with good intentions. Both hero and the villain are hardworking. In a Marvel movie, we see both of them having the same background story. Both of them suffered, both of them had a vision, both of them pursued their visions relentlessly. So, why do we call a hero and a villain a villain? Why is it that hero goes on to do something meaningful while the villain pursues something anti meaningful? Because even though they are the same on the level of effort and actions, they are completely different on the level of intention. It takes an indomitable will and strength to narrow down the ways to success into the right ones, to achieve our unlimited goals within the bounds of moral limitations. It requires huge amounts of courage to be more right than being more successful. Thus, the foundation of a strong character is good intention. And that is what makes success and the path to success meaningful. Not only this, a strong character has the power to assign the right meaning to luxury and the right meaning to success by utilizing it towards a greater purpose. Thus, to strive for just success is like climbing a mountain lying in a pitfall. Rather, we must chase for a strong character because the path towards a great character is the best path towards meaningful success since it exceeds it. If success is your Mount Everest, the strong character is the moon. You would always cross the Mount Everest in the pursuit of the moon.